Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chloe and I help women overcome some of their largest food and body struggles. And I help girls get their period back. It's one of my favorite things is to see a woman who comes, they haven't had their period for maybe 3 years, 6 years, 10 years, even 20 years. And after working with me, they'll get their period back and really start that journey of health and that journey of stepping back into their femininity and being a lot more surrendered, a lot more intuitive, a lot more natural and authentic, less rigid, less structured, less rule based, and more just, living their life out of love. So today I'm going to share with you something that I shared in my group. I have a collective of women from around the world who are in my group to really heal their relationship to food and body. Some to get their period back, some to move on to get pregnant, others just to have a relationship with food that feels very solid, to get out of quasi recovery, that place where you're kind of in the in-between. I want to be recovered, but I don't really know the steps to get there, and now I'm stuck in the messy middle. And I help girls get out of the messy middle, and I help them get to the other side of what I like to call fully recovered. So I shared something the other day in the community that was actually spurred from a conversation that I had in one of my client sessions. So I just thought it would be really kind of profound to share with you guys here. It's about fear and uncertainty and all of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and read what I wrote here. I wrote, when the future feels uncertain, it's easy to spiral into fears about gaining too much weight, losing all control, or not liking your body. So let's say that again. When the future feels uncertain, it is easy to fall into spirals of fearing too much weight gain and fearing that you'll lose all control, fearing that you won't like your body, all these things. In recovery, these imagined outcomes can feel overwhelming, but they also create a strange sense of clarity. This is so huge, guys. Literally, I put in parentheses, I was like, this is the main point right here. So these imagined outcomes can feel overwhelming. It is overwhelming to think of, I'm going to lose all control, I'm going to gain too much weight, whatever it may be. But at the same time, and it's important to understand this, that fear of I'm going to gain too much weight, let's just take that one because that is like literally everyone's number one fear, which I honestly should create something for that. I literally need to create like a little mini course or something of like how to get over the fear of weight gain. It's a complex thing, but anyways, what I'm saying here is that even though that's overwhelming to feel that, it also brings a sense of clarity in the uncertainty, and that is what we like to cling on to, even though it is maybe not so supportive for us. Let's just read the whole thing here because I go into it. I said, even a painful scenario feels more manageable than the discomfort of not knowing what's next. This is where we all say, dang, ain't that true? But these fears usually aren't reality, and that's what makes this reaction to uncertainty unhelpful. Part of recovery is learning to sit with that uncertainty instead of trying to outrun it with control or fear, so that you can witness the future instead of constantly trying to control it, which is draining. Let's go back to that first line here in this little section. Even a painful scenario feels more manageable than the discomfort of not knowing what's next. I'm trying to help you guys make sense of why it is that we have all of these fears and why they kind of overtake us. I'll put it this way. I said this to another client the other day. I was like, I don't think we fear the unknown because the unknown is the unknown. The unknown is the blank canvas, right? What we fear, though, is what we have put in the unknown, which is usually from the past. So we usually take our past and then we put it into the future, and then we go, well, I don't want to redo that. That's scary. Again, though, there's a sense of, it's also clear, I know it, I've been through it, and, it goes down to, I think, this lack of trust that life could be better. And so I think that's why we take the past and we throw it there, because it's like, I don't trust that I can be given anything better or more than what I was given in the past. If you can hear what I'm saying here, there's a lack of self-esteem, a lack of seeing one's own worth and value, to the point that we would go through a very hard experience and think that that is the best that we are going